I love this saying, she believed she could, so she did. And that is exactly what Crystal Bell is doing. She wanted little girls to have dolls that were positive role models for preschool girls to aspire to be and learn from. Crystal Bell, good morning. I cannot tell you how much I love this. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Let's talk about Surprise Powers dolls. First of all, where did the inspiration, the idea even come from?
Yeah, I know. So I am very into research, and there are a lot of studies that are showing that many preschool girls are internalizing that they're not good at math. So it's important for me to make sure that, our girls are prepared for the future because STEM is the future.
I love that. And I was going to say, speaking of STEM, I think a lot of times as girls, as women even, we often think STEM is more of a guy's field. Was that another part of this as well?
There is, this idea that STEM is for boys. And, there's also a lot of research that shows that some parents and teachers, even sometimes without even completely knowing it, might buy their boys more toys that are math and science related.
Yeah.
And, the girls not so much, or might feel that their boys, can achieve certain things where their girls can't. And so I just want to bridge that gap, and I think I can do that with these toys.
Oh, I'm so glad you are. Well, let's talk about them, these dolls. There are different ones. So I want you to describe to me which ones are out right now and, of course, the meaning behind them as well.
Yeah, so there is Astro the Astronaut.
Okay.
That is the very first doll that I created. There is Vera the Vet. There is Maria the Math Magician, and then there's Cody the Coder.
And each has their own specific role, essentially, like Astro the Astronaut, rocking purple braids, you say, an orange spacesuit, and a cool jetpack. But you know what I love about this? As you say, it's also made with a Black girl's voice for authenticity. Tell me about this, because the dolls, they're 16 inches, but they speak over 75 phrases, sing-alongs, and sound effects, of course, that engage preschoolers. This is amazing. There's a lot of thought put into this.
Yeah, there is. Typically a lot of the toys that are given to kids have the robotic kind of voice inside of it.
Yeah.
And so I wanted them to have dolls that, have actual young girls' voices in it that help them to connect with the voices a little bit more and also pronounce certain words correctly. So, for example, Maria the Math Magician, she's a Latina doll and she speaks both English and Spanish. And, if you have a robotics doll doing it, then they may pronounce certain words incorrectly.
That's
so
very
just
true.
to kind of create that authenticity. Yeah, and then each of the dolls do have over 75 phrases in them, and they're super fun. It's all about like making some fun. Traditionally, if we're being honest, a lot of folks feel that it's kind of boring. And so,
Right.
Yeah. For the kids, just want to create that excitement, that encouragement. Like, you can do this, like math is cool, numbers rule, like let's count together, how many things can you find around the house? Like, just things that are like more engaging and fun.
I like how you say, it's like the real girls' voices. Do you think this allows them to connect with those dolls too? I think it's important when we see ourselves in dolls, in characters, in the things that we play with, especially when we're that little.
Yeah, I absolutely do. I feel that, representation matters and it does matter early. And, kids are internalizing, different things about themselves at a young age. And I think that we just want to create, again, like that connection and just make it feel authentic and make it feel more real.
Right.
I'm all about things like that.
Well, you can see it all over your face, which is amazing. That's what the passion is all about.
It's just been such an amazing journey. I've learned so much, but also just to see the impact and also getting in with some big retailers, which I'm excited about. So,
so plans to grow bigger, right? And add more dolls.
And get more dolls in the hands of more girls across the U.S. and just to help inspire them.
I just can't tell you how much this makes my heart happy, because I was one of those girls in school who loved math and was actually very good at it. It was in like the higher level math classes. And I always remember feeling a little bit embarrassed to tell people and to say that because of the stigma that came with it, So I love what you're doing. I think this is such a positive message. So on that note, if we would like to learn more, where can we do just that, Crystal? Where can we find these dolls?
Absolutely. So you can go to surprisepowers.com to find the assortment of dolls. And Powers has a Z on the end, not a
Powers with a Z.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and it's also available online at some major retailers.
Okay, Crystal, doing your part, really making a difference and helping change our world. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to chat with you.